So Google has just recently released the new Gemini 3.6 Flash model. We're going to take a look at it, how we can use for object detection, visual understanding. This is just a VLM that can do reasoning in images. It understands what's going on in the images. It can find objects. It can even give you the bounding boxes around it as well. So this is a foundation model, which you would usually feed, like for example, some detection cropped out. So you can have the Ultralytics YOLO models running on cars, detecting cars, detecting license plates, crops out the license plate and sends that into Gemini to extract the OCR, for example, so for the license plate numbers, and then you can save that into your database. This is a pretty cool use case where you can combine both the object detection models and also the Gemini VLMs. So you can't really just run these VLMs here on real-time image streams or often, because again, it will just increase the cost, and they're very, very slow because these are like large foundation models. So you can go in and read about it here. They have just released it. This is the introduction. We're going to see how we can use it in a Google Colab notebook to actually do object detection and some computer vision use cases around the YOLO models. So it's looking pretty good here. It has very good on the benchmark performance compared to the other models that they have as well, 3.1 Pro, and they also just came out with the 3.5 Flash. So now we have the new 3.6 Flash. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, how we can use it in a Google Colab notebook. So on the Ultralytics GitHub, we have this repository called notebooks. We have tons of different notebooks that you can just use for how to set up training. So you can just spin up a notebook, you have GPU resource available, and you can run through all the steps, get the data set, train it. We have tons of videos covering that, so make sure to check those out. So here we have one notebook where we can see how we can use the Gemini models for object detection and just image captioning and OCR in images. So let's just open it up. I'm going to right click it. We can open it up. And that's pretty much everything that we have to do. We can run each block of code separately, one by one. So to start with, we're just going to connect to our environment, and we're going to run the first block in our notebook. That is just going to pip install Ultralytics, Google Gen AI, so we have access to the actual model. Another thing that we have to do is to go in and grab an API key. So you can also just go over here on the left side on the key, and we can hit Gemini API keys, import key from Google AI Studio. We can go in and create it here first. We hit create API key. We have a test project. We can copy our key. So now when we have our key, we can go over into the left side in our sequence, and we just hit Google API key. There we go. We've pasted it in, and now our Google Colab notebook has access to it. There we go. Now we can just try to run our inference function to see if we have connection to it. So this is just going to be our function running the inference. We have the client.models generate content. We're going to choose the new Gemini 3.6 Flash model. This is going to be the prompt that it takes in and also the image. So you can just ask it whatever you want to do in our prompt. You can also set a temperature if you want to have creativity versus determinism. It's going to be more determined. If you have it close to 0, it's going to be more creative the closer you have it to 1 or higher. So we're just going to go with a mid balance, like a 0.3 maybe as default. Let's run the function. So now we can just download an example image and read our actual image, so we can see the output results. We're going to have results formatting, so we need to get the JSON response back as structured output. We need to remove the prefix, so it's going to have this prefix with JSON, and then we can extract it and convert it into a JSON object that we can then use in our code. So now we're doing our actual object detection. We have our prompt, detect the 2D bounding boxes of objects in images, and the output prompt is just going to be return just box 2D and the labels, no additional text. So it's going to have read in the image, it's going to run the inference, it's going to clean up the results and load it as a JSON object. So we have our clean results here that we can then use to iterate through or in any other way that we want to do and use it for in our code. So then we can create our annotator based on our image. We have our clean results that we're just iterating through. We scale our bounding boxes, and then we can box label it with our annotator and show the results down at the bottom. Now we can just run our block of code here. It's going to take the image, send it to Gemini together with the prompt, and we'll get the output, extract it, and then we're visualizing the results here now. So now we can see it's actually able to get the perfect bounding boxes around these different types of objects. So we have the potted plant here, we have a coffee table, armchair, we have a plant up here. So this is just like the standard classes. We can also do reasoning capabilities, so you can tag a complex task using like understand anything that you can in the image. So that could be like detect the text of a license plate. It can do OCR. It just understands the images like a human would. Of course, not at the same level of detail, but you can still use it for tons of computer vision applications out there. It's also very good to just have like a detection system running with YOLO in real time, triggering some detections and then taking those for verification with the Gemini models and just asking it these prompts. So the prompt here is going to be detected 2D bounding box around, highlight the area of morning light plus notebook on PC table, potted plant near the mirror. If we run this one here, it's going to do the exact same thing. It's just going to read the image, run the inference, load the results, clean them, annotate our image. So now it's highlighting the area of the morning light that's coming in. So this is exactly the spotlight coming in. We have the notebook on the PC table laying right here. Even though it's very, very hard to see, it still has this level of capability and understanding, and being able to draw a bounding box around it is very valuable. It can do image captioning as well. So this is pretty much just like understanding the content of the image, finding text descriptions, OCR scanner, and all those things. So what's inside the image, generate a detailed captioning in the form of short story, make 4 to 5 lines. So it's just going to understand what's in the image, create a story based on it. So this is the prompt. We read our image, we get our inference results, and then we're just going to print our results so we can see the actual text that it's outputting. So you can always just prompt it to do the exact thing that you want, the exact output format that you want to use in your own system and applications. So this is a bright morning sunlight streamed through the large window, casting soft leafy shadows across the clean wooden desk. A hot mug of coffee, beside it lay a digital tablet and a small notebook. So you can see the tablet and the notebook beside of it. Here we have the coffee cup. We can see it's gently steamed. So you can see the small steam here coming out of the coffee cup. So this is the level of details the new Gemini 3.6 model are capable of. And the last one here is OCR. So we just prompted extract the text from the image, the exact same pipeline, and that's everything that we need. You can see it's still pretty fast here, but of course we need some trigger to actually get the detections and the frames that we want to send into Gemini and get back again. This is also more expensive than just running the YOLO models, but definitely make sure to try it out. Make sure to use all the capabilities of VLMs when you're building computer vision systems. So this is the output. We're getting the boarding pass, first class flight date. We extract all the flight information. You can then get that into your database or your backend system. You can verify information that everything here is correct. You can match it against the database. There's tons of cool use cases and applications out there. If you have any cool things that VLMs can be used for, drop them down in the comment section. And I hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Check it out. Everything is down in the description. Open up the notebook, try it out yourself. And I hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy building.